Okay, good. All right, now let's just check that we're streaming into the group. Yeah, we are. That's good. Right, great. All right, come back here. Welcome. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia, and it's just after 5:30 in the morning on a Friday for me. So, sorry for being a few minutes late. I had to put a bit of wood into the heater, into the fire to keep us all warm here. So I'll have to go in a little while to go turn it down as well, because just got to get it to burn up a bit and then things. So, all right, let me welcome Ray and Tom. This is the end of the, well, basically, I suppose it's the end of the trading week. But then again, there'll be possibilities today. It is not a non-farm payroll week, so there's still possibilities before the trading week ends. So let me, where are we? Just there. Need to share this. Share screen here. There we go. So welcome to this live Forex analysis session. Please note any trades discussed here are to be classed purely as educational only. That's because we're a group of people helping each other and we are not financial advisors. So please only take trades you're happy to take based on your own analysis. I always suggest a demo account. You trade a demo account until you can prove to yourself that you are profitable. Always follow proper risk management to protect your account as taught in IM Academy and the Ninja Group, as each trade carries risk as well as potential profit. If you don't know what risk management is, you need to work it out. But the simple part of it is this strategy and the group, we're talking about only 1% risk on any particular pair in any trade. And I'll demonstrate that in a little while for my trading yesterday, or my yesterday anyway. If the recording of the session goes anywhere and you're not already an exclusive member, then please get back to that person who has given you the opportunity. And as an exclusive member, I have access to Go Live, where there are a number of traders that trade this strategy and other profitable strategies. Yes, they're professional traders, or they're full-time traders. There's also a full risk disclosure, and there's a little bit about us as live session traders. Now, let's share across here. Now, KJPY did a little bit of a skip on me here. Okay, so the way I saw it, the way I saw things here anyway, we'll have a look. So I'll just take that off for the moment. What I looked at is here, this is the last 24 hours. It moved from New York. We actually were on session just here when we finished up yesterday, somewhere around here, a little bit of consolidation. It jumped down and then it created this market structure. It didn't break that high there and it came down. And I went, beauty, we're going into a bit of a sell. All right. So where is it? I'll have to mark it up for you. And just to sort of give you a heads up, I lost 1% at this bit, but then had a nice return after that. So I committed and forecast to a sell trend because, where is it? 9? No, it was there. Yeah, 9 o'clock came. So I'll just hone in on this. So I've got a bit, just look there. Beautiful. So come out of consolidation, down it went at market open, pull back up, back down, back up, didn't break that structure, equaled up and came down and pulled back up here. When it came over the 62, so that's about just after 9 o'clock. So I was at the charts just before 9 because I was looking at what happened when Tokyo opened. So that's Sydney. Tokyo opens here. It pulled down and back up. And when it came over that 62, which was 9:05, I said, beauty, give me a sell trade. So let's put that in. I put in a short position somewhere around there. I had it marked up on the chart, but I deleted it because I was doing other things. I put in a 10 pip stop loss. Yep, 10 pips just because I did. And I didn't put a TP in.
History?
Sorry?
History?
History, yeah, because history, absolutely, Tom. Very good. learned history, not failures, just history. And I watched it. It went to like 1.5% in that. And I think, what's this time here? 9:30. I went off and did something else, right? I left it. Because I was coming back at midday. To have a look at it. So just before my lunch, or what would be lunch, right? So I did a bit of running around. And this is just lifestyle, right? Life gets in the way of stuff, right? So I did notice, because what happened is this came back to here. And what did it do? This was at about 11 o'clock. Yeah, it stopped me out. Lost 1% because I wasn't even watching it, right? And I didn't use the exit manager or anything like that because of color change, right? So then I went, oh, and if I do this, hang on, I'll do this. This was also too one of the motivating factors to take this trade is if we look at straightforward, see the color change there, and then I waited for it to pull back, and then I got in the trade. So it was saying that this was going to go into sell direction anyway. And while I watched it for the first couple of minutes, like I got in there about 9:05 and I watched it probably for 10 minutes. And it's like, whoa, this is good. It's going in the right direction. Fantastic, beauty. And I just left. But what it did do is it came back here and then it came back up here and stopped me out. Right? When it stopped me out, I went, that's interesting. 1%, so what? Who cares? Is this still, because what I now have seen is that broke structure. Right? Now there's, so yeah, that's a loss, right? You need to know that's a loss because it came back up here. Apologize. Then what I saw was this came up and broke structure, right? Came up past the 800. And if I look at it, it was well below and the 800. And my thoughts were, this is going to need to spend a bit of time above the 800. Just the way my head is, right? We'll go to the multi-time frame in a moment. But so at midday, where's midday? Midday's here. So pre-midday, I have seen this come back up over the 800 and it's working its way up. I said to myself, to put it bluntly, I said, oh shit, this is not a downtrend. This is now an uptrend, right? So I waited for this pullback here, this blue, right? And somewhere got in, where is the time? It was about 1 o'clock, yeah. So it was around about there. I think I let it run. Or did I let it come back to there? No, it was about 1:30. That's it. Right, there you go. So up it went. It pulled back here. Okay. So if I now put on a long position, pretty sure it was around, yeah, it pulled back down there and I got into the trade around about that thing there, right? And I had 10. Oops, just there. That didn't stop me out, right? I'll give you the hoy. It didn't. So I think it's only a couple of pips if I measure it. Luckily enough. Yeah, it was 1.9. So it was under, it was probably about 1.7 at that point because it was still in that session. So it didn't stop me out. It must have come to be on it. Must have come bloody close. And then I waited for London Open, which was about there, come out with only 2%. So lost 1, got 2. Just so you know, that was my day. It did go a bit further, but I didn't want to, because that changeover, this could have quite easily gone the other direction, which it did. And London went down, New York pulled back up and then back down again. And now it's sitting back down here. So if you had have, and I didn't, but you could have quite easily got into a trade from here when it did swing high, came back down. You could have got in here somewhere, anywhere. I'll tell you now, I didn't do it. But if you wanted to, and this was your sort of thing, you could wait for that to come back down, get in somewhere here, do a 10 on it. Yeah, that there's no way that ever came back. And if you were still in the trade there, that would have been a good 6%, right? Even if you waited until the crossover, like that's only 3. But if you waited to just before London closed, again, same sort of strategy, you'd end up with about 5%. I didn't do that trade because that for me is like, this goes into my nighttime. So I woke up to see that. Questions? Feedback?
With the spread on that second one that you had,
you would have been
that would have stopped me out.
Yeah.
So actually, in the New York session, actually that would be your London session. Right at the end.
Yeah.
See where it pulls back up?
Yeah.
No.
Up to there.
I'm sorry. New York session. I'm sorry. Down. Go down. Right. One over. Right there. So I saw that go up and come back and fail.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to take off in that direction.
Yeah. You mean you thought it was going to go back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because it failed that little comeback.
Yeah. Oh, this one here. Yeah.
Yes.
But it didn't. It pushed up higher and then it went down. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, and Tom, that's fine. It's good to sort of talk about what really happens, what actually happens. So
yeah, I mean, if you look at it,
sorry.
The way I look at it is because it came down to meet the bottom level.
Yeah.
On that first drop, and that's why when it came back up, I didn't think it was coming back. I thought it was taking off the other direction.
No, well, the issue that comes up here is you see this 4-hour cycle, and the 1 hour and the 30 is still down the bottom.
Right, so but if you look at that, if you look at that bounce right there,
yeah.
On this, no, back where you were at the beginning.
Sorry. Where do you mean? Up here?
Right there.
No, here.
Right there. Look at the stochastic.
Yeah,
you can
correct.
see where the 15-minute is pulling up.
Yeah. Well, that's the 5.
I was going to give it momentum to giddy up.
Yeah, but it didn't. It kept back there because the higher time frames will pull it back down again.
Right.
And the 30-minute, like you can be, again, if we pull it across, I can see what you're seeing. You look at this and go, oh, beauty, like the 15's coming up and the 30 and that and the 1 beauty, will get ready to go. But the point is that 1 hour is still not finished. It's not finished its cycle. See how it's pulled all the way down here? Matched up the 4 hour. And also too, if I do this, sorry, go back here, I'll turn that off. From a low to a high back down again, this is well in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm going to do this way. Oh, God, wrong way again. Always I go Anyway, down there. You can see where it's down here past the zone now. Now, this is in higher time frames and uptrend. So this is pushing its luck here a bit, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to break to the left.
No, I don't think it'll break this low here. It could, like it'll do whatever it wants to do. But it's less likely. The percentage chance of it breaking this low is a lot lower than it would be that it's going to turn and go back up. Because we've got, this push down here, when it'll, an hour or so, an hour and a bit before it gets into the Sydney and then Tokyo, and then I think it'll pull back up again and potentially break this London high here, come back up through there. Like, how many pips is that from that high back down to there? Like, that's a good 70, nearly 80 pips.
Right.
And if you've got somewhere a 10 pip stop loss and it's moved 70, well, you got 7% out of it. Like, the maths is not really hard in all of this. Because if you're just using that 1% and doing it with, say, a 10 pip stop loss, or if it's a 5, whatever the number is, if you just multiply it by whatever or divide it into the actual move, then that's going to be the percentage return. And that's, in the end, that's the name of this game. Get the percentage return. So let's watch this and see what happens. Okay, now for me, this is near the end of the week, and for me, I normally would not trade. This is now my Friday, so the next 24 hours, I wouldn't normally trade. Yet now I'm going, there's a possibility in this next Sydney Tokyo session that I can get a good trade out of it if I want to. So that's what I'll be looking at, which is a bit different. I don't normally, this depends. I've got a few things organised this morning to need to do. So whether it'll fit into my lifestyle, then I'll do it. So I'll look again at 9 o'clock. I've got to take Claire to work this morning. I've got to let sheep out, maybe feed chooks if I've got enough time, take Claire, come back, do chooks if I need to. Then it sort of get myself ready for the day. It'll be Tokyo. I'll have a look at that and then make an assessment on market structure, whether I'll get into it potentially for a buy, because we've had that push up, push back down. If this doesn't push any further and we start to get that pull back up and we get a higher low and a higher high, I'll consider that for a buy, because I think there needs to be some time that this now spends above the 800. Just how it is. And I might use the crossover of the 62. We'll just have a look. But see, things are bunching up down the bottom here a bit. Now, it may go further. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll just let it tell me. Don't need to be crazy. Any questions? Interesting. Lose 1, gain 2. I'm only up 1%. But then again, I've conserved capital and I've got 1%. I'm not going to be too worried about it. Gee, you're a quiet crew today. That's okay, no worries. Yeah.
NZDJPY is doing the exact same thing as this.
It will. They're copycats.
Yeah, they're mirroring.
Absolutely. Well, they're like CAD and NZ and USD. See the pushback down? This is pushed down and broken that though. So it is lower. But you got to remember NZD, NZD is a very different currency to CAD. NZD is a lot weaker than CAD. So it's if we just go to the 4 hour, you'll see it's in an uptrend, right? From that point of view, in a higher time frame, but we've got a pullback, right? If we go back down to 15 minute, you'll see that's the pullback. Whoops. What do we do? You can see back from here, start of September, being push up, and now it's a drop back out for the New Zealand dollars, weakened off. It might actually be finished that, Billy. What do you think? Well, we will go from there. Yeah.
Oh, you mean for the pullback?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to potentially pull back more. See what's happening here. I don't know. Yeah, I know it will. Yeah, the 1 hour is still the pullback down. So, yeah, again, it's got like it's come and matched up there. So it's not showing me any structure here that it's actually going up. I mean, that would have like maybe pulled you in to think that it was going up, but it actually has come back down and matched up there. Anyway, that's
right.
That's,
it hit it on the 4 hour. It hit the 800. You're on the daily.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Not my 800. It did on the 200. 800's down here.
That's so weird. Now, where your 200 is my 800. It bounced right off it.
Are you okay? Using the DeLorean EMAs or are you using separate EMAs?
The Ninjacator EMA.
Aha, gotcha. Okay. An indicator. Let's have a look and see. Are they EMAs? Yeah, they're EMAs. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Not sure. These are definitely EMAs.
Yeah, I wonder why they're so different, though.
I don't know. Can you put on, are you able to put on another indicator on your chart?
Well, I'd have to get rid of something, but yeah.
If you put the DeLorean EMA on, you don't have to do this, Tom. I'm just trying to work out the difference.
DeLorean EMA. Oh, yeah, it's even in my saved.
Yeah. Just put it on and see where it sits. Is it on the same spot as?
Let me make sure I got the.
Because maybe you've got, see, it's down to the 200. Maybe you think the 800 is the 200, or the 200 is the 800. Maybe you think.
Oh, it's still the 800 in the exact same location. They just copy over each other.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God, I am so stupid. I was on the wrong time frame.
Oh, okay. Okay, what time frame were you on?
I was on the 1 hour.
Okay, so if we do go to the 1 hour, oh, look at that. It's touching the 800. There's
Sorry.
No. Tom, there is no sorry needed. It needs to be the, apples and apples or oranges and oranges. I knew there was something different. Anyway, so let's quickly look at UJ because I just want to see, again, same sort of craziness. Oh, that's on the 1 hour. Let's go down to the 1 minute. I'm going to put the sessions on. Yeah. It's been a bit different, isn't it? Like Sydney, Tokyo, look, same thing. Comes down, 9 o'clock, bang, up it goes into a buy, right? They both did the same thing. Different here. This came down a lot further on the CAD-J, right? That's a bit of consolidation. Because we're on the 1 minute, like this is probably not what I would trade. You wouldn't know until you see it. But, you know, like from that point of view, you would probably get into you would get into a sell out of here. But, you know, like, but that buy would have been really nice. Again, up over the 800, up it goes, right? Comes back down and it just sort of follows the 800 along. So UJ and CADJ. You look at the CADJ, auto. You can see that push up to that push down. So the Canadian weakened off more against the Japanese yen than the US dollar did. So the US dollar is stronger just in this 24-hour period than what the CAD is. Okay, let's go down to your AED. Just have a look at these. Whoa. Geez, I missed some of these because anyway, I need to. So Sydney, Tokyo, not a lot of action. It came back down here when London opened. Just look at that. Oh, that would have been good. And so it probably would have been break of structure here when it pulled back up, even 1 or 2. Just depends. If you're looking at them, you probably would wait for maybe this return here. Where was that? 7 o'clock at night. Probably risky for me because it's like I don't know what I'm going to do or whether it's going to keep going. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, look at it. 1 hour's pulling up, 30-minute pulling up. It just kept going. 1 hour and 30. See how it came up the top? That's what just kept going. And the 4 hour is pulling up too. It's probably nearly finished. If you look at it, see how they're all bunching up the top here? When it goes over in the Sydney Asian, I might actually look at that for a sellout because after a push down here and the push up, it's probably going to, because it's in a sell trend at high time frames, this might be a good sell because it's with the trend. So I'll have a look at that one this morning when it goes to Tokyo. Yeah, and whether it's worthwhile. Euro GBP, this is more of a buy trend overall. And what to do? Come out of Sydney, Tokyo, same thing, and then went into the buy. Could have got pretty good trade out of that one. So the CAD-J moves a lot, or the Japanese yen moves more than what these European currencies do, like Euro AUD and Euro GBP, really flat along there normally, or can be anyway. Right, now NCAD. This is still downtrend, down. Come on, let's bring it up sessions. So there it is. So after it opened up, it went up here, and basically at, where is it, 9 o'clock there, it started to go back down. You could have got a sell out of that one, and it just kept going down, even in the London session. If you had stayed in, could have got back way down to here. If you wanted to, or that 8 o'clock, you'd probably get out of it. For me, I'd get out of the trade because I wouldn't want to hold it because it did. It turned and came back to basically where it sort of took off from the Tokyo session. Can you see that? So it worked its way down, then bang, straight back out to where Tokyo was, and then we're back down. Yeah. Now, I haven't looked at USD CHF. Wow. Look at that. Change over into London, bang, big drop. Right, this is still buy trend, but this push down happened over the last 24 hours. What have we got under here? Look at that. Like Tom. That 30-minute and the 1 hour is just telltale, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. Gives you a really good insight to when they start pulling back down. That look at that drop. They came back out real quick. You might have got stopped out there. Depends on where you got in, but you see, this is the thing. If you're watching this from a market structure point of view, pre-London Open, see there a high, swing high, it comes down and makes a lower high, makes another lower high, makes another one, makes another one. Like there's signs there that it's getting ready. It pulled back down, back up to here to the that's the 62 and the 200, and then it just drops out the bottom. The signs are there. The signs are all there to be able to get that trade. Whether you do it or not is another thing. Just look, just pre-session opens or post-session opens. Just look at this. New York comes down here just before New York opens up, and then boom, it pulls back up again. Down to where it was, and then takes off. It's a lot of it is around these session, pre and post the session times. Pre, post, bang. Pre, post, bang. Yeah, direction change. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the swing high, swing lows, either pre, post, or around that sort of. See this? Just before sitting out, push down, and then off it went back up. Anyway, that's USD CHF for you. What do we got? Things are moving back up here. Whether it moves up a bit further, and then we'll get a sell out of it. It's going to be opposite to the trend, but, like there may be portion there. Look at it. It's pushed back up. Let's go 5 minute. Just turn it off for a minute. Wow. See that? See the drop out of the zone? Back down here? Possibly.
That's that move from the other day. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that straight shot up?
Yeah, that one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The CPI thing, and then it's just like drop back out again. I mean, you look at this on the 5 minute and you go like, oh yeah, is there really a trade? There was heaps of percentage of gain in there with 1%. Yeah. If you come back here, and if we actually trade that, like, somewhere here, like if you only got in when it pulled back down here, whoop, short position, wait for it to come back. It crosses over, say even you wait till it crosses over the 800, somewhere there. And if you put in 10 pips even, like that was a really good 6 pips. 6%. 6% gain there, you could have quite easily. Even on that first push, and when it came back up, you could be out. Still, 5.5%, 6% with a 10. If you had and this is the thing, you get in that, you could put another trade on if you wanted further down with 5. It's like it just bumps that. Like that never went back. That's an opportunity. It never went back. You would not, Tom, you would never have been in risk there, but you wouldn't have known though, would you?
No, there's no way to tell.
No.
Because
So
all it has to do is just come down a little and pull back up, and it just eats up my entire stop.
Yeah, because of the spread.
Right.
Yeah. You must, over where you are, Tom, you must have really big spreads.
They're usually about 3.5 all the time.
Oh, I thought you meant, I was meaning smorgasbord type things, with.
Oh.
You call that a big spread or not?
Yes, that is a big spread.
Yeah. Prawns and hams and, turkeys, and that's a big spread.
Correct.
Yeah. And maybe your broker just follows the big spread principle.
Well, like now, I mean, there's really nothing going on. Mine's down to 1.8.
Yeah.
Trading.
Yeah, but when it matters. Yeah.
So it's like, okay. So what I've been doing is I get my trade ready, you know, and I'll do like a 4, and I'll figure out what my stop's going to be.
Yeah.
And when the moment it triggers, I just slide it down to 10.
Gotcha.
That way it keeps my percentage correct.
Yeah. Correct.
So what I do is I mark it over with the horizontal ray where my stop loss would be.
Right. Okay.
If I was willing to lose that amount.
Yeah.
And then I just move the stop loss down past that.
Okay.
If it reaches that point, I'll kill the deal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. No worries. Well, that's strategies. What do we got in Bitcoin? Oh, sorry, guys. I got a bit of a coffee thing. Hang on. I just. I haven't got Alistair blowing his nose or coughing in the background today. It's a bit.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Anybody listen to the recording and go, what the hell happened there? It's just basically after that big drop, it's just gone flatline for a couple of days. I actually looked at this, I think yesterday before I went to, or yesterday afternoon. It'll probably say I'm already, yeah, good on you. I think they hadn't updated this, like they hadn't given another option. It was like a day, which is fine after a big drop. Who? Now they're saying, wow, okay. They reckon it's going to sell out further. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, there we go. There's going to be another drop. Like pull under, retest, and then drop back out further. Wow, that's going to pull it down a bit. So Bitcoin's just been like flailing around for months now. It hasn't got that potential for building profits. Like there must be people absolutely bleeding over this. Anyway.
Do you follow Ethereum?
Yeah, I do. I look at both of these, Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Because they just went through a big merger.
Oh, did they? I didn't notice. No. With who? With what?
I don't know the details on it. I was just reading that they had just finished their merger and everybody was pretty excited about it.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, you create
it was
excitement.
it was supposed to be some sort of merger with a giant update. Okay. I don't know what the update was.
Well, there was a big sellout here. Well, not big, but there's a sellout. And they predicted that too here, saying when it came below. But you see, this would normally come down, back up, retest, and then drop, but it hasn't.
Maybe that's where it's going to pull back to. Test that.
Maybe it will. Maybe it will do that. I don't know. What have I got? Because I've got a couple of things on here. Actually, interesting. What I might do, because I got an indicator there, but I haven't got it. Just do this. I'll see how this works. I think it's still calling that. What do we got? Oh, yes, it is. Oh. Hang on, I'll fix this. Right, now, auto that. Where is it? It's over here. What are we on? Oh, we're on the 15. Okay, it'll still gives us 15 minutes. Oh, it's got all of the stuff on. Hang on, I've just got to get rid of some of these. Sorry. Okay, we'll take that off. All leave the up and downs. What's this? And then, okay, yeah. Okay. The problem with this is if you look at it and you want to get into it, like a trade for it, that's fine to see. Okay. So the thing is, if you've got a 200 pips stop loss and 200 or 300, and then you've got 120 pips spread, even when it came down there, you'd maybe break even, and now you'd be in drawdown. You just got to consider these moves are no good. That's the sort of move you want. That one.
To make it really worthwhile.
Correct. Yeah. Anyway, interesting. But it's interesting. These are previous high and lows. Look at it break through that, and it came back down to that one. Where's the next one's down here? So if it does go to a break, it's probably likely to come down here to here, 18,658, somewhere there. And you'd have to pick it though, because this again, if it comes back up a bit, then you got into a trade. So it's probably worth a trade if it comes off that. Actually, not too bad. Anyway, but look at this, the 4 hours just still and dipping down. Looks like it could actually drop. Anyway, that's enough of that. We're back on that. I'll go and see what Cad's doing and a few of the others when it changes over, because that big push down here on the 1 minute, we'll see. It looks like it, in the changeover session under 800, it'll either push further down or we'll get a push back up, which for me, it's in a buy trend. I'd like that because it may break this high up here or even the high further up, which would be good. Anyway, my throat's getting a little bit sore. So I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay for everyone.
Yeah.
It's the end of the training week. It's going to be interesting next week to see things moving around within the group. They're got to organise, or Paul's got to organise another group. I think it'll just take him a little bit of time. Another Discord, yeah, and a group. So we'll be moving over into that, and then we'll just be having the same sort of session times. So yeah, any questions?
So is this Facebook Messenger group ending? No.
We're still in this. No problem at all. Okay. And what will happen is the next session I'll be on. So I don't do a session Saturday or Sunday. Well, my Saturday, Sunday. So it'll be an hour and a half or so. So it'll be 5:30 a.m. for me, or whatever time it is. Tom, it's your Sunday afternoon, and Rihanna, it's your Sunday evening, or whatever. We'll do a pre-market open and see what's going to be happening, potential for the week. Yeah.
Yep. See you then. Hope
Sounds
you feel
great.
better.
Good.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I got stuff. I've been doing stuff. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but last night I thought that's it. I've got to have a bit of homemade limoncello that I've got. So like a lemon drink cut, and it worked really nice. I slept really well last night. So anyway, beside the point. All right, take it easy, everyone. Thanks a lot for being here. A few questions. Ciao.